We click approve on things all day long. But what happens when that click has to be, well, legally binding? In regulated industries, it's a completely different ballgame. Today, we're going to break down exactly what makes an electronic signature truly compliant.
Think about it. A casual click. It's kind of wishy-washy, right? It's informal and you can't really trace it. But a true electronic signature, whoa, that's a formal attestation, it's traceable, and most importantly, it's completely audit-ready. That's the huge difference we're talking about.
So this is all about moving away from that ambiguity. We're talking about transforming a simple, maybe even meaningless click into a rock-solid, auditable record.
Yeah, exactly. In these fields, hitting approve isn't just checking a box. It has real legal and regulatory weight. I mean, when a QA manager signs off on a requirement, they're basically putting their professional reputation on the line. It's a formal declaration. Without that proper signature, the approval is just gone. It's like a ghost in the machine, totally untraceable.
Okay, so how do you make that approval stick? How do you make it real and defensible? Well, it all comes down to building a system that can answer the 3 core questions that an auditor is absolutely 100% going to ask.
So what are those big 3 questions? Let's put ourselves in that hot seat for a second. Imagine you're in an audit and you have to defend a quality record. What are the things you have to prove, no questions asked?
First up, you've got to prove who signed it. You need to lock down that identity. Then, you need to know what they meant by it. Was it an approval, a review, a rejection? The purpose is key. And finally, you have to know exactly when they signed it, with a timestamp that can't be fiddled with. A truly compliant signature has to nail all 3 of these. No exceptions.
And listen, this isn't just a nice-to-have thing. It's the law. We're talking about major regulations here, like the FDA's 21 CFR Part 11 in the US and EU Annex 11 over in Europe. These rules are what give electronic signatures the same legal weight as putting pen to paper.
All right, so that's the theory. But what does this look like in practice? Let's dive in and see how a system like QAtrial actually captures that intent and identity when you go to sign something.
First, let's talk about the what, the meaning. This is so important. A signature isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. You might be the one who authored a document, or maybe you reviewed it, or you're giving the final approval. You could even be verifying something or flat-out rejecting it. Each of these has a very specific and distinct purpose.
And once you choose that meaning, it's not going anywhere. It is recorded permanently, right in the signature record and the audit trail itself. It becomes a permanent, unchangeable piece of the puzzle. That's huge.
So the system walks you through a really specific workflow. You can't skip these steps. First, you confirm what you're signing. Then you select the meaning, like we just talked about. Third, you provide a reason, which is absolutely critical for any future audits. And finally, the big one, you have to re-authenticate with your password.
In that password step, it's not just for kicks. It's a key requirement straight from 21 CFR Part 11. Just think about it. What if you walk away from your computer and you're still logged in? This step makes sure it's actually you, right at that exact moment of signing. It's undeniable.
And this is where the system gets really smart, balancing security with, not driving you crazy. The first time you sign, you put in your user ID and password. But then, for the next 15 minutes, if you need to sign other things, you only need your password. After that 15-minute window closes, you have to enter both again. It's a really slick way to stay compliant without being a pain.
Okay, so that's what the user sees. Now let's pull back the curtain and look at what's happening behind the scenes. Every single one of these signatures is building something incredibly important, a permanent, tamper-evident record called the audit trail.
And this is where the magic happens. The audit trail captures everything. We're talking the signer's ID, their name, their role, the exact timestamp down to the second, the meaning of the signature, and even how they authenticated. This level of detail isn't just nice, it's exactly what regulations like 21 CFR Part 11 demand.
Here's the most crucial part, though: linkage. The signature isn't just some separate file floating around in a database somewhere. No way. It's literally embedded into the audit trail. It's woven into the fabric of the record it belongs to. They are permanently and inseparably linked. You can't pull them apart.
And that audit trail? It's basically written in permanent ink. It's what we call append only. That means you can add new information to the end of it, but you can never, ever go back and change or delete what's already there. This is what guarantees the data integrity that auditors need to see.
So that's really the whole point, isn't it? Every single compliant signature takes something that could be ambiguous, just a simple click,
and transforms it into a solid, durable, and completely auditable record that will stand up to any scrutiny.
So, it makes you think, right? When you approve something, is it just a click that disappears into the ether, or is it a real, powerful, auditable record? Something you can actually stand behind when the auditors come knocking?